The dawn of a new era. Emperor Meiji's reign. Emperor Meiji ascended to the chrysanthemum throne in 1867. His reign, known as the Meiji Era, spanned from 1868 to 1912. This period witnessed Japan's remarkable transformation from a feudal society to a modern industrialized nation. Under Emperor Meiji's rule, Japan underwent a series of profound changes that reshaped its political, social, and economic landscape. The Meiji Era was a time of immense change and upheaval, but it was also a time of great progress. Emperor Meiji's reign saw Japan emerge as a major power on the world stage. His legacy continues to shape Japan today. The emperor's reign was marked by a commitment to modernization and progress. He understood that Japan needed to adapt to the changing world to survive. Under his leadership, Japan embarked on a path of rapid transformation, embracing Western technologies, ideas, and institutions. Emperor Meiji's reign was a turning point in Japanese history. It marked the end of Japan's isolation and the beginning of its rise as a modern nation. The Meiji Restoration of 1868 marked the end of the Tokugawa shogunate and the beginning of a new era for Japan. The Tokugawa shogunate, a feudal military government, had ruled Japan for over 2 centuries. However, by the mid-19th century, the shogunate was facing growing internal and external pressures. The arrival of American Commodore Matthew Perry in 1853 forced Japan to open its doors to the West. This event exposed the weaknesses of the shogunate and led to calls for reform. A group of young samurai known as the Meiji oligarchs seized power and restored the emperor to his rightful place as head of state. The Meiji Restoration was a pivotal moment in Japanese history. It led to the dismantling of the feudal system and the establishment of a modern, centralized government. The Meiji oligarchs were determined to modernize Japan and make it a strong, independent nation. They believed that Japan needed to adopt Western technologies and ideas to compete with the West. The Meiji government implemented a series of sweeping reforms that transformed Japanese society. One of the most significant reforms was the abolition of the samurai class. For centuries, the samurai had been the ruling class in Japan. However, with the introduction of a modern military, their traditional role was no longer needed. The Meiji government also established a new education system based on the Western model. This system aimed to create a literate and skilled workforce. Universal education was introduced, and students were encouraged to study science, technology, and foreign languages. In addition to these social reforms, the Meiji government also implemented significant economic reforms. They encouraged the development of industry and trade. The government invested heavily in infrastructure, such as railroads and ports, to facilitate economic growth. The Meiji government's reforms were not without their critics. Some people felt that the government was moving too quickly and that Japan was losing its traditional values. However, the reforms were largely successful in modernizing Japan and making it a major power. The Meiji government placed a strong emphasis on industrialization and modernization. They believed that these were essential for Japan to catch up with the West. The government encouraged the development of heavy industries, such as shipbuilding and steelmaking. To support industrialization, the government invited foreign experts to Japan to share their knowledge and expertise. Japanese students were also sent abroad to study Western science and technology. Japan rapidly adopted Western technologies and adapted them to its own needs. The modernization efforts extended beyond industry. The government also introduced Western-style banking, postal services, and a modern legal system. The rapid industrialization and modernization transformed Japan into a major economic and military power in Asia. However, these changes also led to social and economic disparities. By the early 20th century, Japan had become one of the world's leading industrial nations. This remarkable transformation was a testament to the vision and determination of the Meiji leaders and the hard work and resilience of the Japanese people.